with the gear. It's really hard to gear this one because you will be using a lot of paladin gear. You need intellect and defense rating. Not very a lot of gear with that stats in the game. This one is really good. You can see it's like a paladin build. Perilous Pain really very good for threat. This trinket is very good because it has the reduced duration silence. This tank has a really big problem with silences. Plate, as you can see, the back from the Badges of Justice, from the vendor of badges. It's really good. You get defense. You see where I'm going. I'm going to like a plate paladin tank, but instead of using a shield and a sword or like a mace, you go two-handed. Okay. This trinket is really good because you get more spell power. More spell power equals more healing to you. More healing to you equals more tankiness. This is a nice one. It's a cooldown. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cooldowns that I use often. It's really good to help the healer, and when you have like a trouble, first use your own cooldowns, and then the healer will be able to see what's happening. So about the Reese, Fearing Fire, you use a lot of Scorching Ray and a lot of fire stuff with Flame Strike and Dragon's Breath. Dream State is always good. You have a lot of intellect, you need to abuse that. Balance of power, maybe you can change that. As I say, I don't have too much hit rating, and it sucks to miss with Searing Pain when you got like a 7k DPS on your team. And Bound Drain Life, the legendary, it makes Drain Life amazing. Restorative Totems just to have that passive buff. You can see it ticks for 122. It doesn't seem much, but it adds up. Spiritual Attunement, so you never get out of mana. Most tanks use it. Perilous Pain to be very mobile. And Taunting Drain Life because you really don't have too many AoE abilities and you need to have a lot of threat. Remember, there are some crazy DPS out there. You see, I'm a very mobile tank. I have like an answer to every situation. I can go with Searing Pain. If I lose aggro, I use Challenging Shout. If I like are 5 or 6 mobs that hit hard, I just use roots on one of the mobs and I am pulling. Don't remember. You need to remember that I have a very good range. I can do abilities from like very far. You can see. So I'm in charge of the pulling. You can do roots from here. That's like a very long range. So you are deadly from a lot of ranges. Okay, I really don't want to drag this too long. It's like 15 minutes now. So, what's the good about this tank? The pros. I would definitely say it's the best kiter of all the tanks. You are very mobile, you can do everything while casting, you can use most of your abilities, are instant cast, and Searing Pain is also while moving, so it's very easy. Also, this tank has a really good single target threat, even though it doesn't seem so, because with Dragon's Breath, you get 1 AoE ability. You can also do the 2nd AoE ability when you kill the boss, and then you just go Searing Pain and you get threat from healing and from damaging and from Fearing Fire. So single target threats should really not be a problem. I never had a problem with single target threats. Utility is also very good with this tank because you really are the controller of the ground around you. You have an answer for every situation, for overthreating, for someone being out of sight because you can heal yourself, for like pulling really far, kiting, AoE threat, single target threat, CC crowd control, survivability. Dispersion is on 2-minute cooldowns and you get the mana and the 90% reduction. That's insane. And like the best one is like you don't need a good healer with a spec. You like get a lot of healing. Let me do this. Like a really, I can check so you can see. This totem here. So I'm like 50%. And after the buff goes out, the debuff, you're gonna see how fast you can go to full. You see with just 3 targets and you get like full HP. I get like 1000 healing. That's the healing you need in heroics. So it's like you're a healer yourself. I sometimes go like 1k healing. That's crazy healing for a tank. So that's also a good threat, I think. So the cons. The cons, you need the gear. You need a lot of gear. You are very prone to interrupting. That's another con. That's why I use this Arcane Explosion. Arcane Explosion, you have a lot of monster heroics and you need them around you. You just move this and guide them. You can guide them to another dimension. Also, this is not a very easy tank to play. You need to be very aware. It's like mind draining because you need to know whatever you do. This will be probably the end. Thank you for your support, guys. This is not my drain life build. I'm gonna do maybe an extra video with it. So just check this out, and then maybe I'll do another one. So I'm sorry for my English, and thanks for this. Bye bye.